If you don't mind, just kind of state your name and your position here.
Sure, it's Brent Foghner, and I'm the lead coach for distance with the Canadian team.
How's now we had some athletes here today, and we've had some personal bests. One fella just missed qualifying. That's got to be pretty brutal. You said these were the right athletes to bring. How much more can you do? Like, what's the difference between a tenth of a second and a second?
You know, a lot of them, it comes down to experience, and so they've got the mental toughness where they can come in and do it on the day. But sometimes when you make a little mistake in a race, you don't position yourself right. You're in a race which is different than Canadian Championships, where everybody in the race has that kick at the end, and sometimes you make the slightest error, and that's all it takes. Two tenths of a second isn't much.
Now, what about sports psychologists? Do you use those at this age, or does that come later?
You know, with one of the athletes asked me, what if they go out too fast? What should I do? And I said, really, you need to use your instinct and just do what you've been doing all along. And so at this age, I think that they haven't experienced enough where we need to bring in the sports psych. I think that the coaches certainly have the knowledge to get them positive and get them relaxed to go into these races prepared. There is a place, but certainly maybe not right before a competition like this.
Now, youth at this age, because some of them, they're 17, 18, 19, who are the really competitive levels. Are they in the right headspace? Are they mature enough at this level? Like, are they more mature than other kids, or? They're some of them have no inhibitions, and I think that comes with the inexperience with a lot of them, and so they're not nervous, and a lot of them have said to me, you know what, I may never get this chance to compete at home again, and I'm just going to and go out there and do my best and just take it all in. And when they do that, they relax a little bit, and I think that's what we're seeing in the performances. What about travel? Does that affect their performance? Because if they're younger, traveling abroad, Vancouver is fairly abroad. It's closer than England.
Yeah. Well, I come from Victoria, so I've been waking up at the middle of the night. So, but
me too, but that's about taxes. But that's a different story.
That's right. We got here early enough that they've adapted, and like I say, coming here for trials has really helped them. And they got a lot of information. It's not like they showed up here and we started working with them. We've sent them lots of information on how to prepare to handle jet lag, to get their nutrition up to speed and things like that. So they certainly have been receiving that kind of stuff. So
everyone's adjusting well.
Everyone seems, except for the coaches, because we don't seem to get allowed to get any sleep. So
nobody's rocking back and forth, sucking their thumb or anything like that.
No.
What about the track itself? How do you like it, being an athlete yourself?
It's not that I want to get out there, but it's a very fast track. Mondo for championships has produced a track because it wants to get performances, and so it's of the quality that I think we're going to see some records here, and not only now but onwards in the next few years when there are track meets here.
Now, is that something that could become an issue? Because you say, well, they didn't compete on a Mondo track, or it's a fast track, or there's more spring, so that can add up. You're talking 0.2 of a second. You think that at some point they'll say, okay, the springiness can only be this far, or you can only do this much.
I'm not an engineer there, but the tracks certainly are getting faster. So the technology, like anything else, our sport, there has lots to do with technology when you get into the field events and stuff like that. But the track surface, definitely, I believe this is the same surface that was in Beijing, and Beijing was a very fast track, and it's just the nature of the sport. When you get to a championships, it's going to be fast.
Yeah, I suppose if it becomes that much of a deal, they put a little asterisk and an M for Mondo next to it. Yeah. Anyway, thanks very much.
Okay, good.
Best of luck to you.
Yeah.